Over this season of Easter, Christians from all over the world are celebrating the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus. And whether or not Jesus did rise from the dead is a question that is still debated today. But Jesus, who did rise from the dead after his resurrection, Jesus posed three questions, if you like, that we may have concerning whether or not we believe in the resurrection. On Good Friday, we looked at a question that Jesus asked that addressed our intellect. Yesterday, we looked at a question that Jesus asked that addressed our doubts. And today, we address a question that Jesus asked that addressed our need for relationship. Nature Boy is a song first recorded by American jazz singer Nat King Cole, released on 29th of March 1948, a single by Capitol Records, and later appeared on the album The Nat King Cole Story. The song was written in 1947 by Eden Ahbez. Many believe the song's last line makes the cry of humanity, where it says the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Many people are searching not just for love, but true love. Someone to spend the rest of their lives with, someone to grow old with. People search for love in many different places. Some find it for a time, and then it ends for one reason or another. Some never find it. We're all looking for relationship because we were made for relationship. And on this Easter Sunday, as we celebrate the fact that Jesus is risen, Jesus asks a question that goes straight to the heart, straight to the core of our human need. The Gospel of John says this: "Now Mary stood outside the tomb crying, and as she wept, she bent over to look into the tomb and saw two angels in white, seated where Jesus' body had been, one at the head and one at the foot. They asked her, 'Woman, why are you crying?' 'They have taken away my Lord,' she said, 'and I don't know where they have put him.' At this, she turned around and saw Jesus standing there, but she did not realize that it was Jesus. He asked her, 'Woman, why are you crying? Who is it you are looking for?' Thinking he was a gardener, she said, 'Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have put him and I will get him.' Jesus said to her, 'Mary.' She turned towards him and cried out in Aramaic, 'Rabboni,' which means teacher. Jesus said to her, 'Do not hold on to me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father. Go instead to my brothers and tell them, I am ascending to my Father and to your Father, to my God and your God.' Mary Magdalene went to the disciples with the news, 'I have seen the Lord,' and she told them that he had said these things to her." The question Jesus asks is this: why are you crying? Who is it you are looking for? Who is it you are looking for? Our deepest human need is for relationship. It's not more and more stuff. It's for relationship. So much of today's culture asks the question, what is it you are looking for? U2's famous song says that they still haven't found what they're looking for. Jesus does not ask Mary what she is looking for, but who is she looking for? Mary was mourning. She was looking for her Lord. She was looking for someone she thought was the Messiah, the one who could save them. But now he's dead, or so she thought. And Jesus comes to her and says her name. He says her name, Mary. She turns and with joy she cries out, "Rabboni," which, as we heard, means teacher. She's overjoyed. She's complete. Jesus really is the Lord. He really is the Messiah. And in Jesus saying her name, Jesus communicates that Jesus wants to be in relationship with her. Mary, overjoyed, reaches for Jesus, showing that she wants that relationship that was broken, that was lost. She wants that relationship to be restored. And this is why Jesus came to die. This is why he was buried. And this is why he rose, so that we might be reconciled to God. Like Mary, mankind has lost its connection with God. But like Mary, that connection can be restored when we encounter the risen Jesus. Jesus is calling our name. Each one of us calling our name, inviting us into a relationship with him, inviting us, each one of us, to believe that he is who he really said he is, inviting us to know him, inviting each one of us to be with him for all eternity in paradise, inviting each one of us to make him Lord of our lives. And that does mean change. It does mean doing things, it means doing things that he wants us to do rather than what we want to do. Jesus told Mary not to hold onto him at the moment. That's what Mary wanted to do. But Jesus told her not to do that, but instead to go to the disciples and tell them that he was alive. And thank the Lord that Mary went and told the disciples that he was alive. The first person to bear the exciting news that Jesus is alive. What a privilege. What an honor. The fact of the resurrection tells us that there is a relationship with God that can be restored. It doesn't matter how far you've traveled away. It does not matter what you've done. It does not matter if you don't think that you're good enough. The reality is that none of us are good enough, but that's not the point. The point is Jesus is calling our name. He's calling your name. On this Easter Sunday, will you respond to his call? Will you turn to him like Mary did and know with assurance that you are loved? Loved by God. Loved as you are. Will you turn to him and make him Lord of your life? Will you know in Jesus that you can have a relationship with God, a relationship of love, real love, true love, eternal love, unconditional love, a love that will complete you. So today, if you're looking for something to give meaning to your life, turn and find someone. Turn and find Jesus. Jesus is alive today. He really is who he said he is. Will you believe in him today?